In this episode, SALTYmf Enterprise is excited to highlight Ben Elkins, a standout soccer player from Gonzaga University, and welcome him to the SALTYmf Athlete Program. Hey, welcome back, everybody. We're in the McMaster studio today, but we're remote. Today, really excited on Salty's podcast to highlight college athlete Ben Elkins from Gonzaga University. Ben's a soccer player, and along with him, we have Ricky Cruz with One Sport Media. If you guys have been following our journey, I'm kind of in the NIL space and college space. We have amazing partners like One Sport Media and Ricky Cruz that highlight athletes and just bring these amazing people to us. So today we get to talk to Ben Elkins, and we're really excited to talk to Ben. So Ricky and Ben, welcome. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. So let's go first with Ricky, how'd you and Ben meet? Because I always want to find that connection, and then let's get into Ben's story and what he's all about.
For sure. I mean, right off the bat, One Sport Media, we grew in Seattle, Washington. That's where we started out. And then we kind of like expanded over to the other side of the state, Spokane, Washington. And I was like, I want to tap into the Spokane athletes. I want to see who's over here, who's worth trying to work with. And then at the end of the day, it was just pitching myself and trying to connect with Ben over social media and being like, hey, this is who I am. This is who you are. If this makes sense for us, we'll work together. If it doesn't, that's fine. We'll kind of move forward with that. So that's kind of how, and then Ben messaged me back, and then it was just a meeting, a phone call, and then just like putting myself out there and Ben telling me what he was looking for. It's just a matter of putting myself out there and then trying to see how we can assist every athlete on putting their story out into the world.
That's awesome. Well, I can tell you, Ben, we've been around Ricky for a while now, maybe over a year and a half, 2 years. And if you ever find an honest guy and a guy that cares about you, you've got the right person. So everyone we've worked with Ricky, they kind of give that same sentiment. I'm giving you kudos there, Ricky, because we deal with a lot of people that are assholes, and you're not one of them. So
I appreciate that.
So Ben, tell us just real quick, like what you liked about Ricky, and why you're kind of entrusted One Sport Media to kind of help you with your branding.
Yeah. So originally at Gonzaga, we don't have a lot of help with NIL. We're kind of just all on it on our own. And I was really looking for some like business partners to kind of just help me get my name out there, kind of help me just put my brand out there and what I wanted to be. With my NIL deals, I've never been a person trying to reach for money. It's always been like, how can I grow my brand? How can I just represent who I am? And when I reached out to Ricky, he was very easy to deal with. I was able to reach out to him. He came back to me easily. And then the next couple of days, I was in with a meeting with him. It was very quick. It was very professional. Kind of the next weeks after, we got the ball rolling. I got to talk to some amazing people like yourself, and deals started rolling in. And again, it wasn't for the money based. It was really for how can I grow my brand? How can I grow who I am? And it's kind of how I met Ricky, and that's how we started this amazing kind of partnership together.
That's awesome, man. Well, we're really excited to have you guys. Ricky's been part of the family, but have you as part of the family. And our media team was like, this Ben guy he looks good in our gear, man. This guy looks really. So that was amazing. You did a good job on that. So you kind of know how to do that.
Thank you.
So the couple things I like about you, doing a little research, I like that you have a kind of a coaching heart, and but tell us your story of like how you got to Gonzaga. I know you're a Sacramento kid, but what happened? How'd you decide on Gonzaga, and what do you want to do there?
Yeah, so I've been playing soccer all my life. Started playing soccer when I was 4 years old. Kind of was rooted from my parents, both love for the game, and then kind of after when I turned my teenage years, I kind of turned into, no, I really want to take this thing. I want to be serious with this. And that's kind of when recruiting started around sophomore, junior year. Yeah, I was able to, Gonzaga was one that reached out to me. And I was recruited by a decent amount of places. But when I went on my visit here, I really did appreciate just the togetherness that the team had, just the real kind of congeal that they had together. And that's very important to me. I want to be at a place that values not just only myself, but the team as well. And just like a real brotherhood is very, very important to me through any team.
I love that.
When I went on my visit, it was pretty It was pretty different from Sacramento. Of course, the weather when I first got up here, it was snowing, and for a California kid, that's really big. So yeah, and once I kind of got up here, it only took me about 2 weeks to make a decision after that, and I picked Gonzaga. I thought it was a really good place. I'm majoring in business, and I have a minor in sports management. So yeah, I really enjoy it up here. I'm really enjoying playing soccer up here and getting an education here. So yeah, it's really all I can shoot
That's
for.
that's awesome. Well, I saw you've been turning quite a scorer in attack and aggressiveness, and you've got a never quit engine. So I love that. I love that about you. I did a little bit of research, so I got to get a feel what kind of guy you were, and
Yeah, yeah,
you're the motor guy. I love it.
yes,
That's awesome. So how did like what was your love really for, helping disabled kids and,
yeah,
that kind of heart for coaching? Because I think that's really important in today's world. Everybody talks about money and
yeah,
all these great things, but reality of who you are is how you treat other people and
yeah,
what you
most
put your
definitely.
passions to. I mean, I'd like to hear more about that if you want to talk about it. If you don't, that's
Oh,
fine.
for sure. So yeah, I had a project in my kind of senior junior year of high school, and it was kind of I didn't really know what I wanted to do yet. The deadline was coming up on what I needed to submit my project in by. My parents were kind of helping me. And I have a cousin. He has autism, and he always loves to come to my games, and that's what I loved about him so much. He would always come to my games. He would always show his best support, even though he didn't really know what was going on. But he always loved the game, loved being around it. I'd come to my cousin's house. He would always be watching it. So what me and my parents kind of brought up was kind of just like a nonprofit organization of just teaching kids how to play soccer that suffered through either it was a Down syndrome or autism or anything on the spectrum. This it was started with just my cousin, but it branched out to I think about 15 kids, which kind of just warmed my heart because seeing a smile on those kids' faces from dribbling a soccer ball or doing anything that they could congratulate themselves on was very big to me. I think that when I did see them do that, it kind of took away the money aspect for me, and just seeing the smile on their faces was all I could really, all I could really help myself with. Yeah, once I got into that, it was just supposed to be for that project, but then I continued it on and continued it on. And now this summer, I'm going to be running a 200 to 300 camp at my old high school for 6 to 8 year olds and 10 to 12-year-olds on just teach them how the fundamentals of soccer. Coming from a Division 1 athlete, I'm working with a couple other Division 1 athletes as well, just to kind of just entice the brand. But yeah, I'm kind of moving into that space now. I do want to keep my program with mental ill kids, but yeah, I also do want to continue on with kind of coaching stuff like that. So yeah,
Good for you, buddy. I was an athlete as a young man up until about 20, and
yeah,
I kind of fell out of love with it. After you watch so much sports and do that
yeah,
for,
yeah,
15 years, you're like,
yeah,
I'm done. And then when I started having kids and, when they're 5 or 6 and people were like, hey, you should coach. And I would say that that's probably the greatest thing I've ever done. And
yeah,
all my, anything I've ever done, spending time with those little guys, teaching them the love of the game. And I'll never forget they were 5 or 6, and one of the dads is like, hey, they should be doing this. I'm like, look, buddy, if these little guys walk up to the line and get in a 3-point stance by the end of the season,
yeah,
we did a good job.
yeah, yeah,
Everyone thinks, oh, these guys are going to be superstars. No, if they can follow directions and
exactly.
simply get up to the line all in cadence, that's a win.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I think nowadays we've moved away from kind of the enjoyment of the sport and kind of just enjoying where you are, the steps that you've made across the way. I recently tore my shoulder and had to get shoulder surgery, and I was out the whole season for my sophomore year. And now, since I'm back, kind of a daily thing that I try to remind myself is kind of just enjoy the moment that you're in. I wasn't able to be doing what I'm doing right now last season because of my shoulder. So kind of just appreciating every single day that I have, appreciating every single training that I have is really, I think, just really important nowadays because yeah, one day you could be totally fine and one day you could being a cast. So you
Yeah,
really got to
that,
appreciate where
that
you are and what you're doing.
that's an awesome perspective. And one day you may be old. And the hardest thing is I've got 4 kids, it's 3 boys and 1 girl, and my 2 youngest, which are 27 and 19 now, they've gotten really back into weightlifting. And
Yeah.
they're 165, the other 6'2". They're big people. And they're in there and they're like, hey dad, put 315 on there. I know you used to be able to do that. I'm like, yeah, I was like probably 19 or 20. I'm 56, man. If I can get in here and just exercise and stay in shape, it's a good thing. So it's important to change your perspective and realize when you're performing like you are D1 high level athletics, hopefully you'll go on and play soccer if you want to in the pros. There's opportunities for
Yes.
that. But if you don't, you know, that love of the game that you just said is the most important in passing, and you're already doing it, passing that love of the game back on to the younger kids and
Yeah.
younger generation. That's really your duty in my mind as a very good athlete, is to pass that back on to someone, because your time's coming where, you may not, you'll be an athlete in heart, but
Yeah.
not an athlete making money. So,
Exactly. Yeah. Most definitely.
so good. So what's it like? Just, I mean, when you put on that SALTYmf shirt, the chicks had to just be like crawling all over you.
I really did like the gear when I first opened the box. Even before I even opened the box, I was looking at it. I sent a picture to my parents. I called my parents. I FaceTimed my parents. I kind of showed them all the gear. My roommates were also there when I was unboxing it. Yeah, they were really liking it. They really liked the jersey the most. They really liked
Yeah.
it the most. I will tell you that.
Well, we'll
Yeah, they
send
were
them
really
some.
enjoying it. I was having a lot of fun taking the pictures and yeah, I was really enjoying just being in the salty stuff. It was
Yeah, you,
well,
you did a good job. I mean, our media people are like, this guy's having fun. This kid's awesome. So, but it's about having fun. I always wonder what someone's parents think, because when they see the SALTYmf, like
yeah,
some of them are kind of like, but it's meant to be kind of silent. That's the
yeah,
whole purpose, to draw you in and then go, does that really mean what it's supposed? Is that what
yeah,
yeah, it does mean that, but we just
yeah.
don't say it.
Yeah, when you
So
guys first reached out to me, I told my parents, and they were like, "Interesting brand." And then I kind of showed them some of the videos that you guys had, and kind of your motto, and kind of your just like your standards, and they kind of saw, "Oh yeah, okay, this fits in line for sure." Yeah,
yeah. It's kind of an anomaly. It's not what it looks on the surface. It's actually deeper, and there's actually
yeah,
good, like, that's why we love athletes. You have discipline, you're gritty, you're working hard, and like those just kind of qualities of it doesn't have to be athletes, people in life, don't get valued. They don't get valued anymore. Well, I mean, we're proud to have you. We love it. We love it, and
thank you.
tell your buddies we'll drop them if they're going to wear those jerseys. We'll drop some to them.
Well, they for sure will with them. They most definitely will wear them.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. So what are your aspirations? I know you're in your junior year. You still got some time to go. I mean, do you have aspirations to maybe try to play
Yeah, so
professional soccer, or is that?
my goal since I've been a little kid watching professional soccer with my dad or both my parents on Saturday mornings was to play professional soccer. And not professional soccer, just I love American soccer, but not just playing professional soccer just in America, just playing soccer across the pond and Europe and in different countries like that. I am currently on the Liberian national team. My mom was born in Liberia,
That's awesome.
and she came over to Liberia when she was 10 years old. So yeah, I do have a duty of playing with the U20 national team over in Liberia. Hopefully, I'm going over there in the summer to play a couple games. But yeah, that is the end goal for me. I do want to be playing professional soccer, and recently I was able to go over to Spain for vacation with my family and got to see a pretty high level professional match. And it's just really eye opening when you get to see that, because you get to really see what your dreams are and how you can put them into play.
That's awesome, dude. You're gonna make it. I
Yeah,
believe in you.
well, hopefully,
You're
yeah.
gonna make it. I'll
Yeah,
come over and watch it if you come to Europe.
most definitely.
I
Yeah,
haven't been to Europe, so.
yeah,
Who I just who is like, I'm not a huge soccer guy,
yeah,
so I don't try to offend anyone whenever I'm just not didn't grow up with soccer. So Pele's about the only one I know that I ever, and that's probably people that don't know soccer say Pele, but I
yeah.
would say, well, Pele was my favorite if I would say that. So who's your favorite all-time soccer player?
All time, I would probably say Messi. Messi is probably one of my favorite players. I watched him growing up. I watched him before games. He's He's one of the best. I would say one of the best player in the world. But other than that, there's a Senegalese player named Sadio Mane. He played for a English Premier League team named Liverpool, and then for about 3 or 4 years, and then moved over to a German club called Bayern Munich, and then now he's playing in Saudi Arabia for a big club over there with Ronaldo. But what kind of thing that he does that I like is every single check that he gets, he sends back over to Senegal, and kind of puts back into his community there. And that's something that I would love to do because, yeah, Senegal is not a very high tech place, but he's been able to go back, build countless hospitals, countless schools, countless centers for all the people in Senegal. So I think that's just a beautiful thing to do. And I replicate my game after his a lot. I see my kind of player style like his a lot. So yeah, that's kind of somebody that I've been watching for a while and would love to replicate my game after. So yeah.
That's awesome, man. Well, he's lucky to have you want to replicate your game after him because you tell you're a good person. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm always curious, like, since we started this kind of band groupies, Salty's live music stuff, I always ask everyone now, so what's your favorite kind of music and like what's your walkout song or before a game that you're listening to? I gotta know. I gotta hear it for the music
It's a
fans.
good song. Okay, that's a good question. So I've always been really big into just kind of R&B. I grew up with my parents. Right now, off the top of my head, I do like a lot of Notorious B.I.G. I will say
Okay.
that.
All right. The
I do like a lot
BIG.
of old school beats. My parents helped me grow up on that. So I would say probably one of his songs. I am a big Drake fan, so I will say that as well. But yeah, I've always just kind of been into either rap I'm Christian. My parents are Christian as well. So I kind of grew up on a lot of like Christian rap as well, or a lot of Christian music. So I listen to that as well. But yeah, a lot of pregame stuff is kind of a lot of hype stuff, a lot of hype rap stuff. And then I'll casually throw in some like really like monotone, like chill beats just to like calm my nerves before the game. I've been doing that for a while where I'll add like 2 or 3 songs just to kind of calm my nerves and just kind of keep me ground level. And then I'll be ready to go for the game.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, any kind of like things you eat, people are always like athletes, what they eat,
Yeah.
like pre-meal, post-meal, like it was your go-to. Like my mom used to make like a bucket of lasagna when we played. So pre-game, I don't know if that was good for you or not, probably not, but that's like what we ate pre-game.
Probably for football, it probably was. But for soccer, we try to eat a lot of light stuff before the game. If it's a breakfast, I'll go pretty good for if we have like a 6 o'clock kickoff. I'll go pretty good for breakfast, and I'll probably go pretty good for lunch. For lunch, I like to have a sandwich. Not too big of a sandwich. I like to have a sandwich, but for breakfast, I'll eat a decent amount of eggs, probably about 3 eggs. I'll get my fruit in. I'll get my sausage in for protein. For lunch, I like to eat a sandwich, but right before game, I'll eat a lot of fruit, get just my natural sugars there. I don't like to have confectionery sugar. I know Marshawn Lynch does his thing, but yeah, I like to get my natural sugars in there. But yeah, I really rely on my natural sugars. I rely on my pace during games. So yeah, I like to get my fast twitch muscles going with that. So and then lots of water, of course. But yeah, I always throw in a Gatorade in there. Sometimes I'll throw a Red Bull in there if I'm feeling
Saw out of the
yeah.
Red Bull.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. And yeah, just bananas, raspberries, blueberries, keep my potassium up so I don't cramp. But yeah, it's a lot of fruit. I'm a fruit
Fruit
heavy.
guy.
So yeah.
I love it. So, what's your favorite stadium you've played in so far? And it can be, can be somewhere else in Europe you play, but what's like your most
Yeah.
favorite stadium or team you played against? You thought kind of the environment was a really cool environment, like you
Yeah.
remembered it.
Okay. So I have two answers. So
I
for
love it.
when I was in my club years, I will say I did go over to Sweden to play in an international cup with a it was a I had to be selected between 1,000 players, and they had to consolidate that into 18 players all throughout California. And I made that 18-man roster, and I was able to go over to Sweden to play in a cup called Gothia Cup. They kind of labeled it as the Club World Cup because teams from all over the world, I mean, teams from Africa, teams from Europe, teams from South America, teams from America are coming all to Sweden to play, and we're there for about 10 games. And they kind of had this stadium type build, and I remember walking into it and looking up all around me, and I believe there was about 3,000 people watching. And it was amazing for me to see because it was definitely an eye-opening thing that I've never seen before. And that was just an amazing game to play. And my parents were watching back at home, so I thought that was really big for me. Another, I think, on a college aspect of it, I do love Luger Field at Gonzaga. That is an amazing place to play. I love playing next to it. I think it's a great scenery around. But one of the greatest kind of places that I played in my freshman year, because I didn't play in my sophomore year because I was hurt, was either USF, University of San Francisco, or uh, UCSD, University of California, San Diego. I will say University of San Francisco because that was a place that I wanted to go kind of majority of my life. Ever since I was 10, I was going to those games because it was just a 2-hour drive. Me and my dad would go to games probably every Friday during the fall. We'd make the drive down 2 hours, just me and him, and we'd
That's
go watch
awesome.
the game. And then yeah, it was. I have a very close relationship with both my parents. So yeah, it was definitely very heartwarming for me. And now that I look back on it, I love those memories and looking back on them. So when I was able to play in that game, it was very heartfelt, and kind of my whole family was watching me. My dad, my mom, my brother, my cousins, my grandma, my grandfather. Yeah, so that was very special for me to walk on that game and play in that game. And I also think UC San Diego, just because how rowdy the environment is, and I don't know, some athletes don't like to play in rowdy environments. I personally love it. I love playing in away game stadiums. I love to hear fans heckle. I love to hear kind of the creativeness that they have with it. I don't mind it at all. It is cool to have your home fans and to play at home, to have your friends there. But yeah, playing in an away game for me is peak for me.
Yeah, it's awesome. There's nothing like being in a
It
violent
is.
environment where people are
Yeah,
throwing rocks at your bus and rocking it.
exactly.
I've been
Exactly.
in a few of those. I was like, this is insane. Like it's
Yeah,
just a football game. Like,
exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
so, but I kind of thought it was funny.
Yeah.
So, in saying that, since you kind of like the rowdy games, do you have one opponent, or one particular person that you kind of you respect, but you look forward to like dueling with them? I like call them out and going to get them. I used to have certain people like I wanted to rock them and and give them a good shot and let them know I was still around.
Yeah.
And so, do you have any of those? You can call them out, or you don't have to call them out. But is there anyone that you've played against that you're like, I respect this guy, but I also I want to make him eat turf every time I go by him.
I won't call him out, but he definitely will know who I'm talking about.
Okay, you don't have to call his name out, but definitely bring it out so he knows.
Yeah. USF. USF is a pretty good team. And I would say UC Irvine is also a pretty good team. And just during my freshman year, those were really two really good battles I had to go against. There were two fast guys that I was going against. So, and I like having a fast against fast guy because it kind of really shows who can be the better player, who can be a smarter player. So, yeah, I think that. I think that when I play defenders that have the same pace as me or are smart in the game, I think that's when you bring out the best in both players.
All right, that's good. That was very diplomatic. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it as diplomatic. We're a friendly show here at Salty MF. Well, I think I think you're gonna be amazing. You're already an amazing person, and we're excited to have you as part of our team. And as Ricky knows, once you're part of the SALTYmf family, we're family. So we'll continue to promote you and highlight you, and we want your story to get out. So anything in the last kind of minutes of this, like that you want to bring out that we didn't talk about that you absolutely want to share, and if you don't have anything, it's fine. But I like to it's about you, and I want to get anything you want to say out.
Yeah. I think just speaking to all athletes, like, I really think, and I think this is to all athletes before you kind of pick a school. I talk to a lot of athletes before they kind of pick their place to play, but I would say pick a place where, don't pick a place for its name. Pick a place for how much they appreciate you, how much they value you as a person, you and your values. Don't pick a place for just because they have the M block that says Michigan or have the A that says Alabama. Don't pick a school off what you pick a school off what you see fit and what will fit for you. I think a lot of athletes nowadays chase schools that aren't the right fit for them, but it's a dream for them. I think we have to look past that and look at our future. My mom used to always to tell me, don't look at the short-term goals, look at the long-term goals. Because if we're so focused on the short-term goals, our long-term goals can be kind of more out of reach, and we can push our long-term goals even farther and even farther. So I just think that, speaking to all athletes that are coming up, just make a decision on what fits for you. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have to wake up there every single day. You're going to have to work out there every single day. You're going to have to eat there every single day. You're going to have to live in that city every single day. Yeah, I think that's my key advice for athletes coming up.
I think that's some very good, wise advice. And you were obviously raised by two amazing, smart, intelligent
Yes.
people. So mom and dad, thanks for letting us participate, even though we have an MF on the last part of our name.
Yeah, most definitely.
But we appreciate you, and you'll see that we're probably very, very similar. So that's awesome advice, Ben. And I think people should take clue to that, because I see a lot of kids now, they like say, if I don't play Division I sports, I'm not playing.
Yeah.
Or if I don't get a scholarship, to Alabama, Georgia on this side, UCLA, USC, whatever on the West Coast. And I think they're missing the point.
Yeah.
If you love the sport, then play the sport, regardless of what the name of the school is. And it's sad to see. There's probably a lot of great soccer players, a lot of great football players, a lot of great basketball players that didn't hit that, what they thought their dream was, and they bailed out, and they could have been, the next Pele, the next Michael Jordan, the next whoever. And they stopped because they felt, if I can't have this, I'm not doing it. And as you just said, life doesn't work that way.
Yeah, it does not. It does not.
You can work your whole life and never be famous, or you can get up every day and be joyous in what you do and how you do it and whatever, and you can have a good life. So
yeah,
there's my old man wisdom.
Yeah,
there's my old man wisdom. Well, dude, you've been awesome. So Ricky, anything in closing, bud? Like I said, I'm very grateful the quality of people you bring to us. As we always talked, I don't care how good an athlete you are, to be honest with you. I want to know what kind of person you are, and you'll have more impact in your life because you're a good person than just because you can catch a ball, throw a ball, kick a ball, whatever it may be. So you're proof of it, Ben. You're a good man.
Thank you.
This guy, you and Ricky are going to be a good team.
Thank you. Thank you.
I appreciate that. No, yeah, I think right now, One Sport Media is on the growth. Hopefully in the next few months, we'll kind of situate things where we're partnering with people and businesses as well. And then where we're assisting athletes like Ben in getting that confidence of that they have a brand, and they're just not just a soccer player, football player, basketball player. They are a human being, first and foremost. They have a story of how they got there. It's a lot of hard work, obviously. So that's where I kind of want to come in and be like, this is who they are. This is who they want to be. This is the stuff that they do that's gotten them to this position. But with One Sport Media, that's where we're trying to assist these athletes as well. And some things, like for obviously business realm of things, we want to make sure that we're transparent as possible with my athletes. And letting them know what's going on in the business, what's going on with their deals, what's going on with my end of work. So they're not just seeing like, I'm not doing anything on the back end. So I want to be able to push them out. And then once it comes to a time, because obviously businesses go like this, where it's like, they're like, I want to go expand in a different realm. I want to be that person to be like, that's 100% okay. I want to be there to support you. Let's see what we can kind of create down the road as well together. So that's where One Sport Media is. I think just like keep working. Like I told you earlier, Brad, I was like, patience and persistence at the end of the day, and seeing what we can kind of create into the future.
Yeah, that's awesome. I tell you, I can give some advice. Collaboration and partnerships. You go a lot further with people that you kind of have an affinity towards or work with, and whatever. And one day, I mean, you are responsible for who you are, regardless of whether you're an athlete or a business. You're responsible for who you are and how the world perceives you and what your actions are. So that's on us, me, you, everyone. No one can make you famous if you're not willing to, do what it takes to be famous. It's on you. So for the people out there that are looking for all the $10 million deals, good luck. And I hope that works out for you. But while everyone else is working together and building each other up and helping each other, you're going to pop. So I was like, I really like this Ben Elkins guy. He's a great guy. I really like this Ricky guy. I don't know about this old guy with the goat stuff, but seems pretty open. He seems pretty
Yeah.
trustworthy. Well, guys, I mean, I thank you, Ben, for joining us. We'll be with you on your journey, and
Thanks for having me.
this will be out probably next week. We'll do some highlights around you as well, and then Ricky, same thing, buddy. We appreciate you, whatever we can do to help you. But let's build. My dad used to say this, and I know people are so tired of me saying it, but it's the greatest saying he ever said to me. It's better to have an army of friends than an army of enemies.
Yes.
And so if you're making friends, doing good things, you're going to be successful regardless. That's my old man, salty sage message for the end. But I appreciate you guys.